Hey guys, I'm Daniel Shaw. I want to talk to you a little bit about some gun laws that we encounter here in the U.S. This right here is a LWRC Xiphos M6IC 5.56. It's an 8.5 inch barrel. This is considered by some people in the U.S. to be the epitome of an evil, scary rifle. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't kicked its way out of my hands right now and started flying around, you know, shooting people. It's just that scary and that evil. I'm going to show you what this gun can do. It's your typical, you know, AR series type rifle. It's just got a little bit shorter barrel. Actually, because it's got a shorter barrel, it would be less effective because it doesn't have the range, a little bit less muzzle velocity. So it's kind of stupid altogether, and you're going to see a little bit more why these laws are just stupid here in just a second. So you saw, even though my magazine didn't drop free right there, I still had a pretty quick reload with this gun that's set up evil and scary with a bolt catch and all the other good stuff. Keep that in mind. And now we have the SCR from Ares Defense Systems. This gun is not the epitome of the scary, evil black rifle. We don't expect this thing to fly around, start doing anything bad or anything. It's a good, friendly gun. It's got a traditional style rifle stock. Doesn't have that super scary bolt catch or anything like that. You push the magazine release to get the magazine out, but this is a 50 state legal firearm. Nobody thinks this is bad and scary. It doesn't even have a shoulder thing that goes up or a barrel shroud or anything like that. Well, let's see what this thing can do. Well, it'll hit the target when we aim at it. A little bit different trigger on it, but the gun can obviously shoot just as fast as that other gun we were just shooting, that evil scary thing. So I don't know what makes this thing so safe. Some people talk about magazine capacity and reload speed. This gun could be slower at reloading because it doesn't have the magazine release or the bolt catch. So that could be why this gun's not so scary. So let's see how fast we can do a reload of this gun. Without the magazine getting stuck in that other gun, this one fell straight away free, probably pretty close to the same speeds, if not maybe even a little bit faster. Got to break your grip and do some other things to change the magazine, but you can still reload those scary high capacity magazines pretty very quickly in this not so scary rifle.
So where do these laws come from? Why do they exist?
They exist because there's legislature and lawmakers out there who have absolutely no understanding of firearms. They have no concept of self-defense and what it would take to defend yourself. They have a blatant disregard for the Second Amendment to the Bill of Rights of the United States, or the U.S. Constitution. You can just watch them talk. The YouTube's full of videos of some of our legislators talking about how scary guns are, like these things are heat-seeking bullets and just ridiculous stuff that people out there who know nothing about guns, like, yeah, people shouldn't have that. That's so scary. Why would anybody need that? That's a question that's asked sometimes. Well, my opinion why I need that is because it's my right. I need to defend myself. And that's not just the person trying to kick my door in and hurt me in the nighttime. It could be anything. It could be anybody. So, and it's also the first line of defense against terrorism, first line of defense against tyranny, is having a good battle rifle and knowing how to use that thing.
So if these politicians were standing right here, right now, what might you want to say to them?
Well, sadly, they probably wouldn't want to hear anything I had to say about anything, because they have all these notions, and anytime you bring facts, historical data, or good solid information into an argument with them, they use a 3-year-old mentality. This is all over the internet, where they put their fingers in their ears and start la la la. It happens all the time. You cannot ever bring information. Like, we see a clear line when concealed carry was introduced into every state, violent crime has went down. We see that all over the place. There is 100% of the data backs up the ownership of firearms by law-abiding armed citizens. So it's to still argue against that. It's because you have this emotional attachment to that you think that they're evil. It's not a. You would think that the people who think they safeguard the scientific method would care a little bit more about data and information and statistics, but they don't, because they already have their emotional concepts. They all have fire extinguishers in their house to solve that one problem of a fire, but they're scared to death of firearms. They don't even see that as a solution to anything, because that solution that the firearm solves says that there are humans out there that are bad, and that it makes them accept that there is evil out there. So they make stupid laws to make some rifles look really scary and horrible, or things like suppressors. All they do is make it safer for hearing and make it, more enjoyable to shoot. There's nothing dangerous or scary about a suppressor. It's just good etiquette. Don't walk in anywhere and not cover your mouth when you burp. You got to stifle that thing a little bit. You should put a suppressor on your gun. It's just the way it is. But
So somebody on the fence, for example, who's digesting this information, what advice might you give to them?
well, somebody on the fence, depending on which side of the fence they're on right now, they're going to think either I'm just crazy out of my mind right now, or like, you know what, I want to look more into this data and this information. There's a lot of that stuff out there through FBI crime statistics, a lot of stuff out there through Center for Disease Control stats. There's all kinds of good data out there from government entities that we would think would probably want to try to be against what we're trying to say, but their evidence that they collect still supports the ownership of firearms and ownership of that type of scary rifle that we just shot.
That is pretty scary.
I'm actually kind of nervous right here saying next to it.
They might just shoot me.
I don't want to turn my back on it anymore. No, I would say detach your emotions from it a little bit, and let's think a little bit about it. And there's so many instances every year. There's an instance today that's going to happen, probably more than one, where a armed citizen is going to protect themselves or someone they love. And if you're too far gone that you think that I should let someone hurt me or rape my wife or do something like that because it's wrong for me to put a bullet in them if they're going to take my life or my child's life, you're too far gone. I cannot help you. But as for me and my house, we'll use deadly force if deadly force is necessary.